The New England colonies, Puritan land of possibilities. Here in the New England colonies, we have some of the most fertile fishing areas any of the colonies have to offer. This is ideal due to fishing being a huge economical focus. There is also a much cooler climate to be found in the New England colonies than the middle or southern colonies. We are a strong Puritan-led community, and not to mention we are the first to develop a public education system.
What makes us better than the southern colonies is that New England does not have slavery. In the South, there's delay in industrial growth, meaning they're behind in the development of the northern colonies. Southern colonies don't like giving money for people that work for it. Above all, people were dying because of the diseases in Jamestown and starvation. Middle colonies also had slavery, unlike the New England colonies. Settlers of middle colonies faced many challenges like location, weather, religious, and ethnic diversity. Settlers in middle colonies had to be friends with Native Americans because they were in control of land. Middle colonies had to make the best of what they had in order to survive. Motives and motivations for people living there. New England is on the coast, which means fishing is used all year round. New England did not have any diseases unlike southern and middle colonies. There are a lot of jobs for ones that want to fish. New England is full of entertainment, and there is many forms of literature, visual art, and music. New England is ideal if you want to learn to read or write.
In the New England towns along the coast, the colonists made their living by fishing, whaling, and shipbuilding. The fish they caught included cod, bass, and sturgeon. Due to the mountain ranges that made up its geography, farming became difficult, having them rely on food from the ocean, which worked. Tobacco was able to be grown and was a great resource to trade. Political environment and development. There were various forms of government in the New England colonies. There was a colonial legislator in each colony that made the laws for the colony. The males who owned land elected the legislator. Courts were created to serve justice and maintain control. An example of a case would be with Anne Hutchinson. This trial was held by the governor of Massachusetts, John Winthrop. Anne held religious meetings in her home and refused to stick closely to the rules of worship required by the Puritan leaders. She was put on trial in 1637, convicted of antinomianism, meaning anything that goes against religious or social beliefs, and banished from Massachusetts. Religious attitudes/beliefs and influence on society. When the Puritans arrived to the New World, they had Puritans who were called separatists, meaning they believed in a pure Christian church with no evidence of the Catholic religion. They established the Plymouth settlement in New England. Influence from these Puritans spread to create many religious groups such as the Anglicans, who had historical connections to the Church of England or similar beliefs but did not swear faithfulness to the British monarch. Relations with Indians. The Puritans had brought with them diseases that the Indians had no immunity against, resulting in large deadly epidemics. The Indian population of Massachusetts continued to suffer from disease and conflicts throughout the remainder of the 17th century. Nearly 90% of the Indian population were killed during that period. Many of the Europeans did not agree with the Indians, resulting in violence. The Europeans considered the Indians inferior because of their primitive lifestyle, but many thought they could be converted to Christianity. The Indians found Puritan conversion practices forced and culturally insensitive. Accepting Christianity usually involved giving up their language, severing family ties with other Indians who had not been converted.